Yes, Robyn has had a problem with every one of Janelle's kids. So right off the bat, we see with Logan, she was late. No, Logan was universally beloved by all the parents, the kids. He was their second dad. The parents thought he was this great role model, all of that. But at his graduation, Robyn was late. Not an accident. She was deliberately late because she didn't want to have the baby there the whole time. And then she couldn't find the stadium. And she kept calling Cody over and over and over again to try to get him to come outside to find her, which to me and to many people just felt like she just didn't want him there. She didn't want him to be there. She was jealous of the fact that everyone was so excited about Logan. This was after she had already given birth, but I think that at this point she had some real hurt feelings. So let's go to Hunter next. So Hunter, right in the middle of his amazing high school experience, gets moved. And he's terribly, terribly depressed. Janelle, his mother, is incredibly worried about not being able to have ends meet. She's really concerned about rent. And right in the middle of that, a few weeks later, Cody announces to the whole family that Robyn is pregnant. And Robyn zeroes in that Hunter doesn't seem very happy. Yeah, he's not particularly happy that they're worried about money. He's just lost his entire life. And he's supposed to be super happy that his dad's banging his new wife. Like, teenagers in general aren't terribly crazy about hearing that their parents are having another baby. And she even said this year that it took her years to forgive him, which is ridiculous. There was nothing to forgive. I mean, he has to lie. So she picked on Hunter. Maddie, she had many problems with Maddie. And I'll just point out two, which is one, when she said she didn't want to be part of the AUB or even Mormonism. And Robyn yelled at her and said that she can decide her religion when her frontal lobe is developed. And secondly, during the commitment ceremony, when Maddie said, well, what if I don't want to sign it? And Robyn was like, well, then you'll move out. And it's like, that's not going to happen. So that's them. We know the problems that she's had with both Gabe and Garrison, and it's been ongoing, and it's still ongoing. And she's like just never forgiven them, even though she claims she doesn't need apology. But we all know what's happening. If she said, no, I'm fine with them, I love them, let's have them over, it would be done in a second. It is Cody's issue too, but it's not just, it's ongoing. And I will point out that, isn't it funny that Janelle has two boys who were pulled away from their school at the height of their academic career because Gabe was also moved. He was this great wrestling champ, which Cody loved. He loved that Gabe was this big wrestler because he was a wrestler and was set to be like team captain. And all of a sudden they have to move to be happen to move closer to where one of Robyn's family members are. I mean, it's an extreme conspiracy theory, but it seems awfully weird that twice Janelle's boys have had to move away from an academic team and been terribly depressed afterwards. We know that Gwen has said in her Patreon that Robyn won't let her around the kids, that she's not safe, that they're not allowed in her room. And more explicitly, they missed Gwen's wedding. Now, I know people say that she was late, but they missed the whole ceremony, the whole part where they say, I do, I love you, in front of my friends and family, I'm making a commitment to you. Missed all of that. Just showed up to the reception, the party, late. That was right around when I realized, oh, she's had a problem with every one of Janelle's kids. And then lastly, Savannah, poor little Savannah, who has never said anything. I can't think of a single time she's ever said something negative about Robyn. She didn't even say anything negative about her dad when the boys were kind of being a little snotty about stuff. She's like, no, don't listen to Dad. And here we go. Brianna wasn't invited to second Christmas. She wasn't invited to Truly's birthday party. She wasn't invited to Easter. She wasn't invited to anything at all. And all we get about her is Brianna saying how Savannah, she didn't care about the COVID rules. She didn't follow the COVID rules. And it sounds like, I don't know. I'm just saying, it kind of sounds like Brianna's kind of mean to her at school. And so here's poor Savannah. Her dad has up and just abandoned her. She's not invited to any of the family things that even Christine's kids are. And she has nothing. And so it's awfully weird. I don't think Robyn has had anywhere near the problem with with Christine's kid, who she said has been terrible forever, and maybe other than Peyton. But she has had a problem with she has either slighted or had a problem with or complained about or refused to forgive all of Janelle's kids. And that is pretty wild.